What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Duran, and we're here to talk Kyrie Irving. You know, Celtics fans' favorite player. Let's talk about why Kyrie Irving is probably the most hated Celtics player to ever put a jersey on. He's probably will go down in history as one of the most hated players in Celtics franchise history. Let's just start from the beginning. 2017, Kyrie Irving's traded here. You know, it's written up, and you know it's been titled as like his rebirth. You know, he's leaving the Cavs, he's leaving LeBron James, he's getting his own team. He's the number one option, and you know this Celtics team that's up and coming. They have these two up and coming stars, and Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier. They just got the number one overall pick, and they just landed Jason Tatum. They just signed Gordon Hayward. And this seems like a team loaded with talent and ready to take off to the moon, to the top of the NBA. At some point, this team looked ready to win an NBA championship. But as things, you know, as they may come, as the world tends to humble you, it just didn't happen. And when you start from the beginning, you look at the Gordon Hayward injury. And I think that injury had so much impact on the future of the Boston Celtics, more than anyone will ever, you know, kind of understand. So the beginning of the season, Gordon Hayward gets hurt. You know, he breaks his ankle. He's not able to continue. He's done for the season. And everyone's saying that Boston won't do this, they won't do that anymore. You know, they can look forward to next season. But you know what? Kyrie Irving plays really well. These young players play up, and they found themselves second in the East, 55-27. But right before the playoffs, I think when about a month left, Kyrie Irving got hurt. And he couldn't play. He got hurt, and this team still thrived. They still found their way to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They took LeBron James, who was the second best player in NBA history, to the brink. They took him to 7 games and almost made it to the NBA Finals without Kyrie and without Gordon Hayward. Now, moving on into 2018. And this is where things started to take a turn. You know, we got all this momentum. We got all these young players. And, you know, Kyrie Irving's coming back. Gordon Hayward's coming back. You know, we're just ready to compete. And it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I don't know what, like, for whatever it is, they end the season 4th in the standings. I think they were 49-33 in 2018, going into the 2019 playoffs. You know, no chemistry. No, the shooting wasn't really that good. In my opinion, the play was too much of the same like players on the same team trying to do the same thing, and not enough of the in-between guys that make this thing, you know, gel. That was the real problem. They had talent, but not a lot of gel guys that you need to make things work. The lineups were kind of weird. They were wacky. But going into the playoffs, we had a little hope. Hey, we got talent. We could just out-talent everybody. Let's figure this out in the playoffs. Get to the first round. We sweep the Pacers. And then you get to the second round. And boy, oh boy, did Kyrie Irving come out. Kyrie Irving came out and showed his ass. And was horrible. Chucks away, baby. 21% from the 3-point line, 35% from the floor. Awful. 20 points per game. Tried to do too much. I mean, he was just horrendous. And you got to give credit to the Bucks. They played defense. They strapped up. But you know, when your best players are out there, they got to compete. And Kyrie Irving didn't come to compete. It looked like he quit. After the series was 1-1, he quit. Kyrie Irving quit on the Boston Celtics. That is as plain and simple as it can get. And when you look at that Milwaukee series in 2019, it is the ugliest thing on Kyrie Irving's resume. And nobody talks about it. But Boston Celtics fans remember, it was a pathetic effort. It was horrible. He tried to pick up Giannis a bunch of times. Why? And he just looked bad, taking a lot of bad shot selections, taking a lot of early shots in the shot clocks, dribbling out the shot clock, and then taking a bad shot. It was a lot of bad Kyrie. He looked horrible. And even then, Celtics fans did not turn on Kyrie Irving. We campaign, come back, let's run it back. You know, we don't microwave, we bake, we'll figure this out. And you know what he did? He left. He called up his homeboy and they all jumped on the same team. And he left. And that's the end of it. He left. He quit. And then we get the story coming out that Spencer Dinwiddie was talking to KD and Kyrie at the All-Star break, and they had already decided they were going to leave in December before the 2019 playoffs. To me, when that says to me, when a player has an impending free agency comes up, he has already decided with one of the top 5 players in the NBA, one of the most efficient players in NBA history, and one of his best friends. He has already discussed with him about free agency. To me, what that tells me going into the playoffs is he knows this is it. This is it. This is the last time I'm playing with this team in the playoffs. And he went into the second round, and as soon as adversity hit, he quit because he knew he was gone. And that is the real reason that Celtic fans don't like Kyrie Irving. He quit. And on top of that, he lied. I didn't even bring up in the beginning of the 2019 season, when his free agency was impending, he told us, I will re-sign if you guys have me. I'll stay. I want to be a Celtic. I want to be here. He lied to a crowd of Celtics fans, and then it comes out he quit. He left. So I'm sorry if Celtic fans hate Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry. I get it. I understand what everyone says. Why should we feel this way? It's just the way that we feel done. We felt like he done us dirty. Dirty. Low down dirty. Garbage juice. This is the way it is because Kyrie Irving made it this way. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with that. And this is the way that Kyrie Irving manipulates the media. He says these things so whenever y'all see me get booed, just know it's not because I did this franchise wrong. It's because they just don't like black people. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. It's 100% false. Kyrie Irving is going to get booed because he did the Boston Celtics fans wrong. He did that organization wrong. And for anyone to say anything otherwise, it's a fallacy. It's just not true. And I get it. I understand what people are trying to say. Well, y'all did Isaiah Thomas wrong. I get it. Hey, I understand. Listen, I understand what you're trying to say. But this is the way this is our relationship with Kyrie Irving, because this is the way he wanted it to be. So that's the way it will be. And it's really funny. And I know that no one wants to bring this up. It's really funny when his team got stacked, when KD was healthy, he found his way to get there to Boston. He really did. He found his way to get there to Boston. But when he was on that bum squad with whoever was there, I don't even remember. I don't even care. With the chefs, the mailman, with the cashiers, with the Walmart employees, when he was there in Brooklyn with those guys, with the civilians, he didn't want to come. It was an injury. It was an excuse. There was a reason Kyrie Irving didn't want to come to TD Garden. Who the hell wants to get booed and get blown out by 25? That's not what but when he got his boys with him, he's going to find his way to Boston. But you know what? We're going to boo the hell out of you when you get here. No matter if they win, because we know they're going to win this series. We know that Brooklyn is going to win this series against Boston. They're going to win this series against Boston. But we are going to boo you and let you know, Kyrie Irving, you were wrong. You were flat out wrong. We see you. You're a manipulator. You're a deceiver. I want you to know that. We see you for who you truly are. The media might not. The Brooklyn Nets might not. The fake fans for the Nets might not. We in Boston see you. We know who you are. As always, guys, I have nothing left for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.